everyone, welcome back to my channel. So this is going to be another kind of like story time video, just a bit of a like get to know me type video. So these are just a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more casual, and they're just us having a little chat. So today's video is going to be about my career history. So all about various jobs that I've had and how I ended up working for Slimming World and what I do at Slimming World. So first of all, when I was young, I've always worked. So I've got quite a strong work ethic. My dad always worked from a really young age and he worked really hard. My mum's always worked, and all the way through school, university, I always had Saturday jobs. Even when I was at university, I did loads of different jobs. I used to sometimes come home at the weekends to work. So I've always liked to earn my own money and I've always been very independent. Now, I went to university and I did a business degree. And somehow, even though I tended to just drink lots of pints of lager, blue WKD, go out a lot, spend lots of money, I managed to get a 2-1 business degree. And that was specialised in marketing. So I had an amazing time at university, got some friends that I'll have for life, and yeah, it was fantastic. So when I came out of university, I just applied for loads of graduate jobs, and I ended up working for Enterprise. So they're like a car rental company, an American company. Now, I absolutely love cars. I am definitely a girly girl, but I absolutely love cars. So working for Enterprise was great. There were lots of pros but lots of cons. So the things that I enjoyed about working for Enterprise was it was a fast track graduate scheme. So I got loads and loads of management experience and I got that pretty quick. I started off as a graduate on this fast track scheme, but then I very quickly got promoted to assistant branch manager and I moved around. So I worked in Coventry, I worked in Leamington, I worked in Solihull, and I basically was like managing like fleets of cars and managing other people. My managers were always pretty good. Some of them were idiots, most of them were all right. My colleagues were actually all right. The people that clean the cars, everybody was actually all right. I only encountered 1 or 2 idiots. It's predominantly male. So the majority of people that I worked with were men, so that was interesting. The hours weren't very good, so occasionally I had to work Saturdays, but not very often. But I was working like 70-80 hours a week. It was hard, it was long hours, it was very fast-paced work. Sometimes it was quite stressful, and I just wasn't really passionate about it. While I was at university was when I joined Slimming World and I lost my 3 stone in 3 months. So I was so passionate about it. I went back in my 2nd year and people didn't even know who I was. I looked completely different. So I was always talking about Slimming World, and people used to joke and they used to say, you know, why don't you go and work for Slimming World? And I was like, do you know what? Why don't I? It's all I talk about. I'm obsessed with it. I'm passionate about it. I'm going to go and have a look. So I went home after a really long day. I used to just get in, eat my dinner, and I'd just fall asleep at like 8:30, 9 o'clock because I was knackered, and get really early and go into work the next day. So I wasn't particularly fun, I wasn't particularly enjoyable to be around. So I thought there's got to be more to life than this. So I looked online and they were applying for managers at Slimming World. I wasn't in a group at the time, I'd been at Target for a while, so I went down a slightly different route. So what I did, I sent off an application form via the Slimming World website, and I got asked along to an assessment day. So I took the day off my job and I went along to the assessment day. I was still really young at the time, quite fresh out of uni, and I didn't really know what to expect. And I arrived at head office and I pulled up next to this guy in a really posh Jaguar, and I was like, oh hi, yeah, you alright? And he was like, yeah, and I just assumed he was like one of the top managers there. He was there for the same job. So I was like, oh my god, I feel a little bit out of my depth, like maybe this isn't going to be for me, I'm too young, I haven't got enough experience, whatever. I started to have a little panic. And then I met this other lady and I started chatting to her, and she was one of the cleaners there, and she was just so nice. And then I walked through these turnstile doors that they've got at head office. Head office is out of this world. And I walked in and everyone on reception gave me a massive smile. They were all so lovely. And I went upstairs and I took part in the assessment centre. So you might have done assessment centres before, you might not. It was a long time ago now, but it was things like role play, and to most people that would bring them out in a cold sweat. I was nervous, but to be honest, role play, I used to like acting, so I used to sing a little bit and I used to act a little bit, and so yeah, so role play to me is a little bit like acting, so I was okay with that. Then we did some group work, and obviously when you go to assessment centre, they're looking for qualities normally, and how you interact with a team, and I love working with other people. I love working on my own, but I do love working with other people as well. And although I am very chatty and I talk a lot, I do like to listen to other people's opinions as well. I am quite assertive. Chris would probably say bossy, but I like to get things done. I'm a doer, so I really enjoyed all of that as well. And then we had to do a presentation, and the presentation that I put together was the future of slimming. So like, what sort of angle would you take it? Now, because I've been a student and I put a lot of weight on when I was at university, I did a lot of research on the average weight gain for students. In England it's not really touched on that much, but in America it's called the freshman 15, and it's all about the average student could put on like up to a stone a year, which was pretty much what I was doing. So my presentation was just all about how we can help younger people, how we can help students, how we can educate them how to eat healthier, and how Slimming World is the perfect, you know, solution for them, because it was for me. So I really took this presentation seriously. I turned up with like acetates and, you know, I really went for it, because I'd, you know, not long come out of uni, so I was used to doing presentations. And there was a lady sat opposite me watching, and they were all like Slimming World employees, or they were people bought in to do the acting. And one lady kept catching my eye. And you know when you just like make a connection with somebody, and she was smiling and she was nodding, and I just thought, I really like her. I thought, she's my sort of woman. And luckily I didn't know who she was, because if I knew who she was I probably would have fallen apart. Her name's Carol Richards, and she's actually the managing director of Slimming World, and I didn't know this at the time. So yeah, thank God I didn't, because I would have been, I probably would have been really, really nervous. But she saw something in me, and I got through the assessment centre, which I couldn't believe. There was only me and one other person, who was the chap that I'd met downstairs in the Jag. So me and him got asked along for an interview. Went along for the interview. I was interviewed by two people. One of them no longer works for Slimming World, and I felt that it went all right. And then the actual job that I'd gone for the assessment centre was district manager. But as I said, I was young and I didn't have a vast management experience. I had management experience, but it was on a massive scale. So I personally felt that I wasn't quite ready for that level. And when they rang up, we had a little bit of a chat, and they said, look, we'd like you to come and work for us. How do you feel about more of a team manager route? And I was like, yeah, that sounds perfect. So I literally handed in my notice there and then, and I never went back. Never went back to my other job. I went to work for Slimming World. I did my training. Normally what happens is you go in as a consultant, unless you went straight to district manager, and then you'd work up to being a team manager. But at the time, there were two different roles. There was the team manager role, where you didn't have a group, and a team developer role, where you do have a group and you manage a team. So I went straight in as a team manager, so I hadn't actually run a group. Now, looking back, it probably wasn't the best route to go down. However, I got loads of management experience, absolutely loved doing that. But then I was given the opportunity about 4 years later to actually start my own group. And I thought, you know what, this is only going to make me a better manager, because I only ran groups on relief before. So running my own group and really understanding the role will be able to help me to help my team better. And I really wanted to prove myself. And I really wanted to make sure that my launch was a success. Now at the time, social media wasn't as big as it is now. Didn't have my blog, didn't have Instagram, didn't have any of that. But I opened my group on a Thursday evening, and I fast tracked straight away. So I got the amount of new members that I needed, and I had over 70 people. So the following week I went double straight away, and very quickly I had over 100 members. And then the highest I've ever had is just over 200 members. So my group now is a triple session, and I do half 3, half 5 and half 7, and oh my god, I love it. I absolutely love my members. I love my group. I love helping people. I love seeing people transform when they're struggling. I like to try and pick them up again and make them feel good about themselves. I'm very, very passionate about my group being fun, warm and friendly. When someone walks into the room, I want them to feel comfortable straight away and part of a community. I try and provide them with midweek support. I just love it because I know how much it changed my life. I also manage an amazing team of people. I've got 33 groups that I look after, and that's based in Warwick, it's based in Leamington, and it's half of Coventry as well. So my team, they're all different. I've got female, I've got male, I've got people that work full-time, people that work part-time. We're all different ages, personalities, some are loud, some are quiet, some are as talkative as me. They're just fantastic. We get on really, really well. I've got a really, really good team. They're just, yeah, they're brilliant. They're very passionate and they really care about their members too. So I'm really lucky. So my job now in terms of the group, it's just turning up and running the group, doing the midweek support, going through the food diaries, etc. But career-wise, in terms of my management role, there's like different core roles. So part of my job is going out to my team and sitting through their groups, and we have a form that we go through and we do development visits. So it's not like we're there to assess them or anything like that. It's not like Ofsted or anything like that. It's how we can add value to the brilliant things that they're already doing, and it's all about trying to provide really good service for our members. So we do that, and then we give feedback and we do one-to-ones and stuff. We run team meetings a couple of times, well, not a couple of times a year, we do them monthly, and then normally on a Friday night we just get together and we just, yeah, we meet up as a team. Love doing that, love seeing my team, really love it. I do something called Plan for Success calls, so they make a call to me each week and we just go through how their members are getting on, if there's anything they need any help with. It's very much the member is the top of the hierarchy, then the consultant, then us. So everything we do is to support them. So what else do we do? Recruitment. So part of it is looking to find amazing members that would make fantastic consultants. So also absolutely love doing that. And yeah, that's kind of it really, just to make sure that everybody's happy. If you were interested in finding out more about the consultant role, normally what would happen is you would go along to what we call an opportunity event. Now at the opportunity event, everything would be explained to you about how you can become a consultant, what's involved. There is a cost, it's a franchise, but it's an extremely affordable franchise, and what you get for it in terms of the equipment, the training, etc. is amazing. I earned my money back within a month. So, you know, most people, if they put the work in, they will be successful. Sometimes there's other outside influences, you know, in terms of where you open, so location, getting the right venue is really, really important. But all of that is done together with your team developer. So once you go along to the opportunity event, it's informal, you can bring someone with you, and yeah, it's just great, it's just for information only. Then at the end you'll be given a form and you can note on the form whether you'd like a follow-up call or whether it's not for you. So there's no obligation, it's just, you know, to come and hear a bit about how the role works. But if you're passionate about Slimming World and you would like to help people and you're near to your dream weight, then it could be the most perfect job for you. You could do it alongside working full-time, or you could do it alongside part-time, or you can make it your full-time career if you want to. Loads of people on my team have. It's now their full-time job, and you know, they're earning decent money just to help people. You know, to me it's a privilege to be able to help people. The money is just a bonus really. So after that you would get a follow-up telephone call, then you'd go along for an interview. If you're accepted after the interview and the credit checks, then you'll go along to what we call pre-training, and that just gets you set up to go to head office. Head office is out of this world. Oh my god, it is stunning. The restaurant's stunning, the building's stunning, everybody's amazing. You'll never meet so many friendly people. Slimming World's got investors in people. You know, it's just an amazing company. Yes, you're self-employed, but it's a partnership with Slimming World, and the amount of support you get, you wouldn't get that with many other companies. It's amazing. Hence why I've worked for them now for like nearly, well, we're coming to 11 and a half years, I think it is. So yeah, it was the best thing I ever did, going to work for Slimming World. It really was. So I feel very lucky that I get to work from home. It's a fabulous role, and then just to go out and do the visits and stuff as and when. I work with some lovely people as well. So my my colleagues, all the other managers. Yeah, we're a great bunch, all led by one of my heroes, which is Wendy. So Wendy is a regional manager, or a senior field manager, sorry. So she looks after a huge area, so she's just temporarily looking after us at the moment. And oh, she's just like everything you'd want in a manager. She's amazing. Carol is one of my idols. She's somebody I look up to forever. That's the managing director. Another one of the sort of top managers, Lisa Salmon. She was a big influence on me when I first met her as well. She's amazing. And of course Margaret, the lady that owns Slimming World. Oh my god, like I'm lucky enough to have met her, but she's unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable lady. And then another lady, Ursula, she's one of the most successful consultants in the history of Slimming World. She's a platinum consultant, amazing lady. She inspires me. I'm inspired by a lot of people at Slimming World, and obviously my members inspire me. So I've had people lose from half a stone all the way up to 18 stone, and it's just amazing seeing them change their life. So the stuff I do now in terms of YouTube, in terms of Instagram, in terms of, you know, a bit of blogging here and there, for me that's a hobby. That's not my career, that's not my job. You know, for people that do it as a job, amazing, but my career is with Slimming World, and that's just something that I do on the side for fun. I'm lucky enough that my husband is into YouTube and stuff as well, so he's quite happy for me to be sat on my laptop while he's sat on his laptop, so it just works. So yeah, and then obviously soon I'm going to have another job, which is being a mom, so hopefully everything will just fit together beautifully, and I'll carry on living this fantastic life that I've got thanks to Slimming World. So that's my career history. I've done bar work, I've worked in a shoe shop, you know, I've done all sorts of little jobs, babysitting, etc. But yeah, in terms of coming out of uni, it was the car industry, and then into a female predominated industry, which is Slimming World. And I'll never look back. I'll work for them until I'm grey. I'll work for them until they kick me out. So yeah, I literally live, breathe Slimming World because it changed my life. So hopefully if you're watching this, you're a Slimming World member and it's helping you to change your life too. So yeah, that's my career history. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a quick thumbs up. And don't forget to be part of my channel. Come and subscribe. And then also, just as a little aside, you'll have to excuse my messy hair today. I just didn't have time to do it. But this dress I've got on is a John Zack dress. And I got this from a little shop in Stylebridge called Bellaboo. And it's a boutique. And I found them on Facebook. So I'll pop the link down to their page below. And if you want to go and check out all their lovely dresses and their tops and stuff, then you can go and have a look on Facebook. So that's today's video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.